Hello everyone. Today we will know about India's First War of Independence, whose key figure was Mangal Pandey. The Indian Rebellion of 1857, also known as the First War of Independence, was a watershed moment in Indian history. It shattered the myth of the British East India Company's invincibility and laid the foundation for the modern freedom struggle. At the heart of this explosive uprising was a single defiant soldier, Mangal Pandey. His solitary act of rebellion acted as the spark that ignited a subcontinent-wide revolution. By 1857, discontent had been simmering across India for decades. The British East India Company's aggressive annexation policies, heavy taxation, and blatant disregard for local traditions had alienated kings, peasants, and soldiers alike. However, the immediate trigger for the rebellion was the introduction of the new Enfield P-53 rifle. To load this rifle, soldiers, sepoys, had to bite off the top of a greased cartridge. Rumors spread rapidly that the grease was made from a mixture of cow and pig fat. This deeply offended both Hindu and Muslim sepoys, as the cow is sacred to Hindus and the pig is considered unclean in Islam. The sepoys felt this was a deliberate attempt by the British to pollute their faiths and force conversions to Christianity. Mangal Pandey was a 29-year-old Brahmin sepoy belonging to the 34th Bengal Native Infantry, BNI, stationed at Barakpur, near Kolkata. Deeply religious and furious over the cartridge issue, Pandey decided he could no longer serve an oppressive regime that compromised his faith. March 29, 1857, Pandey took a decisive stand. Walking onto the parade ground in an agitated state, he openly exhorted his fellow sepoys to rise up against the British officers. When Adjutant Lieutenant Baugh arrived on horseback to investigate the unrest, Pandey opened fire and wounded him. A fierce hand-to-hand combat ensued. When a British sergeant major ordered the guard to arrest Pandey, a sepoy named Sheikh Paltu defended the officers, but the rest of the Indian soldiers refused to intervene. Recognizing that his arrest was inevitable and refusing to be captured alive, Pandey turned his musket on himself and pulled the trigger. He survived the self-inflicted wound and was court-martialed. On April 8, 1857, Mangal Pandey was hanged in Barakpur. The British hoped that executing Pandey would deter further dissent, but it had the exact opposite effect. His sacrifice turned him into a martyr and a symbol of resistance. The word Pandey became a generic term used by British officers to describe any rebellious Indian soldier. Within weeks, the spirit of defiance spread to other cantonments. The true explosion occurred on May 10, 1857, in Meerut, where sepoys openly revolted, killed their officers, and marched toward Delhi.